Beginning new hours. I am beginning my 3 a.m. to 11 shift here on the side of the highway. This is reported at first as a pedestrian struck, then changed to a shooting call. There's a white Jeep down there that is stopped, and they had the ambulance come. So I don't know what this is, but I'm getting video just in case. And I guess it's happening at a good time. It's sort of during the witching hour, but I'm on the side of the highway and making quick work of this. However, I'm not really on the side of the highway. I'm at the end of a ramp that doesn't appear to be busy, which is over here by St. Pius. They got the road, what do you call it, roadside assistance out helping direct traffic. But yeah, fun. Now we're on Shawnee Mission Parkway in Merriam, Kansas. Honestly, don't know what this is, but can speculate that they're out looking for somebody and they have something of a perimeter out. I don't know which agency this is, but they have one of the police agencies has a Tesla, and that's their drone car. And you can see Miriam and Olathe are here. Lots of police. And they had the streets blocked off all around this too. But now it looks like we're leaving, so I think this is over, whatever it is. And I'm here in Grandview, or live shots here, talking about downtown redevelopment. And interesting, scary incident happened when I went to the Quick Trip over here, Blue Ridge and Holmes Road. I believe that car that was involved in that shooting or whatever on I-29, I-35 was down there sitting at the gas pump, and it had the same damage on the front passenger side door. And as I was pulling in, this guy comes out of Quick Trip, and I know he was involved with that car, and he come right at my car, and I started pulling out. I didn't want to find out what he wanted, and he started yelling and shouting as I left. So I dialed 911 and told them that they seemed to need help, but they also seemed to be up to no good, and they were involved in the shooting, and the dispatcher knew exactly what I was talking about. So I don't know. So yeah, you got to keep your eyes open, your ears open, and protect yourself. Don't stick around to find out what people want. If it seems fishy, just drive away and call 911, let them deal with it, because they probably know more about it than you do. And I'm not supposing anything. They may have genuinely needed help, but in that case, what can I do, really? Dial 911 is the best thing, because if they need help, then the people that will help them are probably that phone call away. But if they really need help, then they should be calling for themselves. But you can't assume anything. Just protect yourself. Don't get caught out alone dealing with a situation that could escalate into something crazy or deadly. Wow, look at the sunrise coming over downtown Grandview. I used to live in this town, and pretty much would walk every day downtown. Kind of has a small town, at least downtown view. I don't know its days of really being a small town are long gone. I love that view right there. That's the old I can't remember the name of the railroad, but it's part of the Kansas City Southern, I guess, Canadian Pacific now as a branch, more like a siding, but it was a main line at one time. I've decided to do a little penny tour of Grandview, Missouri, with this beautiful sunrise coming up here. And I used to live just over that way, and I'd walk this every day. This was about year 2000, and unfortunately at the time I was very depressed, and I had this girlfriend and we had broken up, and of course, you know, a sad story. And so to kind of get myself over it, every day I would walk with my dog and I would go down Main Street. Actually, it wasn't my dog, it was my mom's dog, Abby. And the funny thing was, the dog was overweight and so was I, and every day we walked, and we both ended up losing weight because of that. This railroad track that I was talking about earlier, I couldn't think of the name, is the St. Louis San Francisco Railway, and they no longer exist. They were bought up by the Southern Pacific, who was eventually bought up by Union Pacific. Let me let this idiot go. Annoying. I used to come here every day, or every time, this model railroad, and they're still here. I'm happy to see that. And yeah, it's got kind of a nice downtown area. They're also known now for the home headquarters of IHOP, not the International House of Pancakes, but the International House of Prayer. And they've kind of bought up a lot of property around here. But yeah, so you know, year 2000, I used to come this way all the time, and I remember, you know, we moved here, 1986, and of course I was going to college, went through the Air Force, all that stuff, and you know, I'd come back here where my parents lived, stay with my parents, and there used to be a restaurant I would come to over here, a little mom and pop diner. It was right there. Now there's the new building there, I believe. TJ's was the name of it. And also, and I'm going to use this as a turnaround, I think, the Waffle House was right here, and they are no longer here. They're being remodeled into something else, or they were remodeled into something else. Maybe they're turning into a gas station. I don't know what that is. Looks like it might be being turned into a gas station. That's odd. Usually it goes the other way around. But used to come to the Waffle House all the time, and they have since moved out and shut the location down. And the old school post office there. There are some people in a hurry, I tell you. And you best not be in their way, because they don't want to stop for anything. Yeah, that's where TJ's was. I think I'm getting that right. And they took the depot. The old depot is behind City Hall here. I'm not going to drive over there. And they've added this archway. Welcome to Grandview. So yeah, it does have this really nice small town feel. A very, very blue collar town. And its other thing was there used to be an Air Force base on the southern part of the town, Richards Gebaur Air Force Base, and then they decided it was a redundant place, so they shut it down about when we moved here. It was still open when we moved here in 77, but by 79, 80, they had shut it down. They were talking about shutting it down then. And you know, those of us that were in the stationed at Whiteman Air Force Base, which is out in Knobnoster, Missouri, where we had wished that we could be stationed at Richards Gebaur, be close to the city and everything, instead of way out in the middle of nowhere in Knobnoster. But I think part of what kills a base that's close into town is being close into town. Encroachment was what I had heard that was one of its main problems, why the Air Force decided it didn't want it anymore. So it became a reserve base, and eventually they've shut down the runway, and now it's a big, I guess, intermodal station for railroads. Something to do with cars. I think it's where they load and unload new cars. And they use the old runway for that, the tarmac. And the Marine Corps is still there, Reserve Marine Corps Station. And other than that, I better get to concentrating on my driving, because, you know, if I'm driving 5 miles over the speed limit, I'm driving too slow. People are just letting me know that they're in a hurry to get somewhere. As Gallagher used to say, the answer to the problem of being late is to leave 15 minutes earlier. Anyway, woohoo! And of course, not too far from Grandview is Martin City here. And I always like to take the opportunity to cruise through Martin City and do my penny tour here too. Although I've done it more times than anywhere else, I think. Seems like every week almost. But I mean, I just love to look at the skies, and it's just very pretty this morning. And I love this kind of downtown feel, the railroad tracks, just the ambiance of the area is very special. And I don't know the history of this, but for whatever reason, there's a lot of very well-known restaurants here. Or in fact, they've sort of spread from here into town, but they started here in Martin City. I don't know if it was one family that started it all or what. It's just interesting, because it's like way out on the fringes of the city. It's the southern part of Kansas City, extreme southern part. When you leave here and head south, you end up in Belton, and then Raymore and Peculiar, then eventually Harrisonville. And of course, here's where we always turn, Warnell, to head back to the station. And I'm going to make my long-awaited quick trip run, because my earlier quick trip run was interrupted by that interesting situation. So anyways, woohoo! Well, let me tell you, it's getting warm. Well, it's warm when you're working. It says it's 78 degrees. Let's see. It says 75 degrees there. I should adjust this down. I'm making great TV. Oops, and I should adjust this too. Excellent TV, very professional. I should cut all of that out. Fix it in post. Well, I just got done shooting with my reporter, and it's exhilarating. I enjoy it. It's like, how would you say it? It's like being creative while doing aerobics. And I enjoy that. I'm a very lucky guy. And, you know, I need the aerobics. But I have water here. I should get gas before I head back to the station. Elevator rescue. That's my pulse point talking to me. I should get gas before I go back to the station. And you know what? Should I mix it up here? I mean, it's daytime. All the gas stations are open. I don't have to just do Quick Trip because, you know, they're the only ones that are really open overnight. And up until recently, they've all had bathrooms. But now they're closing them down because, you know, uncivilized people. Yeah, let's mix it up. Let's see if we can get ahead of this other Toyota and go over here to Casey's. But I'm not going to get the pizza. I can't do the pizza. But it is tempting. Lunch pizza. Here we are. Casey's. Let's hope their pumps are all open and working. You never know. Never know. Let's get in the shade because, you know, I've been doing aerobics, so I'm feeling the temperature even though it's not that warm. Alrighty then, we're here, we're queer, get used to it. Going to try and get Saya's physical done.
For my volleyball.
We waited a little too long, I think, to get this physical done, and we're kind of waiting on the doctor to sign off on it, and they say the doctor will probably take 3 days to do that, so that's bad news. But that's what we get for waiting too long, I guess. I'm trying to get used to my new schedule. I shouldn't go to sleep until later, so coffee. Tea, actually. It's called a peaceful moment. Very peaceful. We are back here because we've been asked to get chicken livers for the dog before Saya's practice. No, they did not have chicken livers at that place, so. And we made it here with barely any time to spare. And as we were driving here, we got a call that the form was done, and it was kind of frustrating because we drove right past the hospital as they were calling, and you know, we were on the other side of the hospital long before we had to turn around and go get it, and that's why we were almost late here. But at least we got it done, and Saya's in there right now with her volleyball tryout, so woohoo!
Looks like Caitlin just got home too.
Getting home finally after napping in the car while somebody practiced volleyball.
Practice, tried out
volleyball.
Thank you.
It's been a long week today. It's another gorgeous morning. Actually, it's even better because the weather is moderated and now it's almost even a little cool. Now I say it, you can't see the sun. Sunrise is spectacular. So let's see if we can see there. You can see the reflection of the sun. There it is, right there. Although we passed the spectacular part of the sunrise, now it's the part where the sun is just really bright in the sky. But I'm heading over to Paseo. We're doing a back-to-school story, and just came from the Broadway roaster where they had a break-in, and they broke their front door, smashed the glass. So there's been a lot of that going on lately, especially with coffee houses. It's kind of maddening. Oh well. I spent this morning with Daniela doing a story about police enforcement in school zones. And it was fun. But first, this is the Independence Avenue Bridge. I'm supposed to meet a mural artist here and ask him some questions and maybe get some video. Maybe that's him under the bridge, I don't know. But, yeah, this is a infamous bridge, the truck-eating bridge. Matter of fact, Black and McDonald is reinstalling the little things that tell the trucks, hey, you're about to destroy yourself on the bridge. The idea is the truck hits that harmless thing first and it alerts him to the low overhang that he's about to come in contact with. So they're here doing that. But this guy is cleaning up, so maybe he is a mural artist. I don't know. I don't know, this weather seems to be turning into early fall early, so it's good weather for coffee. And I have the dongs with me because I have to watch Jimmy. Come on, pups. Come on. Come on, doggies. Come on, Jim. All right, stay. Stay right there. Oh, you're so excited. We haven't been out in a while, have we? It's been too warm. Look at the art. Let me turn it. Coffee. And Westport. And the doggies. And the crowded front porch. So this is our live shot location this morning, and we kind of pulled out all the stops. Talking about Narcan here. Doesn't look so great with the sun coming up, but the lighting is the big thing we did here. Aperture lights here. Luke's glasses are in, so been sent to go pick them up. Luke's got his new glasses. Now, let's finally get that cup of coffee. Here in the West Bottoms. Coffee. Java Garage. They got soup, so I got a cup of soup and coffee, cappuccino to be specific. Coffee. Back here again after having my coffee. And we're going to see if we can try our luck. As soon as I arrived, there were some trains moving, so maybe I'll get at least one this time. Finally, something. Looks like a empty plane train, probably heading to Wichita. Go pick up more Boeings. Well, I'm afraid that's all the trains we have time for. I overstayed. You know, that's life with coffee and then this. So, gots to go home. See what the kiddos are up to. Make sure they're not getting into too much stuff. I don't know if we can go this way or not. 9. This is where the old Union Station used to be before floods did it in, and they needed to make a bigger terminal, all-inclusive to all the railroads that came through Kansas City. And so that's why that tower there is called Union Interlocking. I always do that. 9. And this is where the old interurban line used to be. That I believe where that concrete looking patch is up there is where the tunnel is, and the train would come out of the tunnel and ride a kind of a crooked trestle down to the West Bottoms to serve the old Union Station. And when they moved Union Station, and then they tore all that downtown down, including the Union Station, all that was really left was the tower, and they didn't need that interurban line anymore. And here we are, climbing out of the West Bottoms like rabbits. Gotta go meet the goats at the top of the hill. Oh, that always scares me. That there's no way of knowing if there's a car there or not, and people will come off not expecting. Same here. They'll come flying out not expecting a car, and a lot of times you need to try and merge here, and of course we're hitting it during rush hour. 9. I say 9 a lot. Well, anyway, let me get to driving. This is our live shot location, which is almost as far west as you can go in the Kansas City area. It'd still be in the metro. Almost. Yeah, I like playing with this thing. You see where we are in the Kansas City area. We're almost to Lawrence. About halfway there. Yep. Johnson County Library, Monticello, however you might say that. This is where we're live. Time between my next shoot and now, so let's see if I can get in some coffee and a tamale. Coffee, tamale. you doing? The morning sunrise was spectacular, and spent the day. Uh-oh. Rain. Oh, didn't want me to run over that person that was on the sidewalk. Spent the day. Afterward, I had my coffee and tamales today, which was great. Had time to do that, and then came here to the Hospital Hill, the Children's Mercy. Oh shoot, I don't like going this way. Kill you over there. I think that's where, yeah, right there. People don't know how to merge, so let's go another way. But at Children's Mercy was doing an Olympic story, a Paralympic story, and that's what I'm really liking about what I'm doing is I get to be very creative and do the work. The the overnight shift was getting long in the tooth because my creative chops were getting rusty. You know, my problem solving and trying to figure out how to quickly set up, because I love setting up lights, and to me, trying to get your shots to look good is half the battle. I mean, like the interviews and stuff. The B-roll is like, you know, I like to use different cameras, like the small cameras, to get different shots, and then my main camera to get my interviews, and then my what I call ABC shots, the wide, medium, tight, on a tripod kind of deal, and then get more creative with alternative cameras, and as long as people can edit it and it looks halfway decent when it's put together, like it doesn't look like one camera is blue, the other is green, kind of deal. In the ENG situation, rarely do you really have the time to try and uh, fix problems you may have. So as long as the cameras are matched fairly good in their white balance and colors and stuff, you call it good. Uh, there's a range where you know you can only push that so far, and then there's a range, and hopefully you're within range with all your cameras. One thing is you always try and shoot with very similar cameras, and my problem would be with the big camera. Apparently there's um, the codecs that they're using and everything is kind of hard to deal with, but I understand. It's not so much a complaint, um, I'm beginning to uh, learn a little more about such things and understand why, the complicated reasons why things are the way they are, and so I don't try to pretend that I'm smarter than everybody else, because I'm not. I'm actually pretty dumb when it comes to a lot of this stuff. But anyway, I like to be as creative as I can. It makes me feel um, useful, and like I actually have skills and experience at what I'm doing. Because every day is a different thing, different problems, different learning curves, and some people, they see a person standing with a camera and they think I could do that job. And I'm like, well, yeah, it's like anything. It's not as easy as it looks, I guess, because sometimes just being there with a camera is what you see is not all of it. like any job out there. Oh, well, I am done with my day. I gotta put my TV up and, oh, I guess I should probably, put my clips in day to day, too. Alrighty then. Woohoo!
This is what greets us this morning. Looks like a car collided with the front, but actually I'm being told that it was possibly a truck and they were after the ATM. Apparently they didn't get what they were after, we could hope, but they've sure left a mess. Way out here by rural areas by Excelsior Springs, west of Excelsior Springs, and there is a house that exploded. I always forget to. And we're hoping that the people inside are okay. Sadly, they found a deceased dog, which is not a good indication of anything. The hope is that the people were not home at the time. But they're doing a search, not a rescue, but a search, and they're very, very disheartened by finding the dead dog, because then that means they might find the residents in the same state. So we're all hoping. And right now I'm driving. They have the media staging area more than a mile away. Definitely cannot see anything from there, but they have provided pictures and videos for us, and we're just going close to. We asked permission if we can get close to it so we could shoot stand-ups and things like that. So that's where I'm going now, heading back more towards the scene of the accident. And they pretty much determined that it wasn't anything intentional or nefarious, like drugs or anything. So they have told us that yeah, I've been in the habit of carrying my TVU with me until I leave work, instead of like just bringing it in and turning it in when I'm done with my morning stuff, because I may end up having to use it. And I've used it to send back video so that they have it back there and they can possibly get it on the air in time for later shows. I have turned in the wrong place. So therefore I am, I need to go back around. Well, let me concentrate on that. The problem of coming to places that you're not familiar with. I thought that was the turn there, but maybe I missed another turn. Alright, so let's work on that. late, but we're here. Going to the topic for my covering pattern.
Y'all meet you down here though, okay?
We are sassified. Taking Saya to get her fat bee boba tea. Oh no, her kind of place.
Totally.
It's nice and some sort of latte. Saya's looking at all the Hello Kitty stuff, among other things she shouldn't be looking at. No, trying to get that last tapioca ball.
Bubba tea is
I
satisfying.
think I may have found Saya's new favorite place.
No kidding.
Unfortunately.
It's even better than dragonflies.
Dragonflies? Do they have dragonflies in their tea?
Dragonfly.
I don't know if it's not better. I don't know.
We went to it once. It's better than anything.
Oops. I don't think we can get out this way. And even
Chipotle there too.
not. I don't like Chipotle. Oh, they have an unfresh.
See it.
Aunt Sienna and I stopped here on our way out for one of our RV trips. That's where she bought that Let the Adventures Begin mat that we have in our Navion right now. That was actually bought for the... Was it bought for the Navion? I think it was actually bought for the
Melba?
Melba. No, it may have been bought for the Navion.
She has writing on the back of the car. Oh, that's a he's car.
The He's car.
He car.
A he-male car.
Male car.
As opposed to a she-male. Ow. Alright. Let's get out of here.
Let's get out of here.
Before you cause a wreck. I still want to try that place downtown, but I don't know where to park.
Satisfied.
We are back here at the topic, this time with the fam, and it looks busy, very busy. The topic.
What I got back there for you.
Yes, part of that, remember? That's the episode we don't want to watch. It's very sad.
Saya's at the bar. Saya. Ooh. Full-on teenager here.
Saya, oh no, you're done.
Zacium has the truck stop. Can you eat all that?
Yep.
We both have 1, 2, 3s. But theirs has bacon. Panic is part of the 1, 2, 3. And I got 1, 2. The world's biggest panics. We are sassified. Doggies had to wait in the car. Ooh, ooh, ooh. The Moonliner. Ansley has her mandatory Red Friday. No, it's not really mandatory. But she's looking for a red shirt. I got my red shirt. Like my red shirt? So we've gone across the street to Raygun. Walking with the dongs. They finally remodeled that building and it looks good. The dogs love to romp.
Where'd the dog go? I'll chase them.
We didn't plan this, but giving the dogs a bath. Right, dog? Are you enjoying your bath? Hmm? He tried to escape. Made a mess. And then there's Spell over here, who's like half the dog she used to be. Stella, you go down to half size when you take a bath.
Yeah, she looks so small.
It's like we started out with a fluffy fox, and then we're with a chihuahua.
A small, skinny chihuahua.
Now for the best part. Stella is now 3 times the dog she used to be. And Jimmy's about the same, but I think he's enjoying the loud massage. We have finally succeeded in bringing Ansley in here. She is inside with Saya and Luke while we watch their dongs.
Come and eat without money. Come to drink without pride.
That amid the uncertainties of this world, our hearts may be fixed on that place where true gladness is found. Through our Lord Jesus Christ, your Son, who lives and reigns with you in the unity of the Holy Spirit, God, forever and ever. Through the Eucharist, God becomes our food, and now we are bound together forever. He's part of my body, part of my soul, part of the way I think, part of everything about me. My whole life is shot through them with the divine. That's powerful. That is a powerful thing that God has done.
No one can come to me unless the Father beckons, and I
One of these?
Oh, I'm just appreciating. Thank you.
Thank you for coming. 2026. We visit the church every 2 years. Look, those with the small pieces of and just to tell God bless you and bless your family.
Before going to a Vietnam cafe where we're meeting my dad, I'm gonna get some coffee first because I really desire the coffee.
I'm just waiting for Sephora at Zona Rosa to open, which is at
Oh man, summer is back. With the humidity, no less. It might continue this into the middle of September. Sometimes it keeps us going until the end of October. There's the old Honda that we gave to my dad. Still going. Meeting the fam at Vietnam. My dad has joined us. And he's having what I'm having, but his has onions. Chicken vermicelli without onions.
Sai is having stew, and Zach is having a big old bowl of pho, as always. Luke's having a little old bowl of pho. And Aunt Suyen's having chicken, vegetables, and rice. Actually, Aunt Suyen is having Luke's head. There it is.
Has both the three of you.
We are sassified. We've come back to Cafe. The kids are playing chess.
Spicy.
Cafe. Costco run. The missus wants to get stuff for the week and possibly stuff for next weekend. Ooh. Yeah, and Costco is really, really, really busy. Ugh.
It's the dog going into Saya's bedroom.
I even woke Saya up.